What's up? This is YourBoySuper. I'm playing Elite Dangerous. I'm out here in Robigo Mines. Since it's such an isolated place, it's easy to stack passenger missions here. I've already maxed out my rank with the Sirius Corporation, the controlling faction. I'm a system away to buy the Orca, the passenger liner. We have the Dolphin. And then the next iteration of that type of ship is the Orca. The Orca is the high-end passenger ship manufactured by Saud Kruger, the market leader in civilian transport vessels. Like Saud Kruger's other ships, the Orca can accommodate a luxury tier passenger cabin. Anything else that can take passenger cabins cannot have a luxury tier, first class and below only, allowing it to transport passengers in comfort and style. The Orca has not been designed for combat or exploration, however, and its internal compartments cannot accommodate military Model A's. The Orca has been designed for large landing pads. Funny because it's the medium of the three: the Dolphin, the Orca, and the Beluga liner. We're doing them in order like everything else. This is a cool station. They've got the Fertile Ants, the Orca, the Mamba, the Python, the Beluga liner, the Federal Corvette. A lot of big names here. Store current ship. $47 million. This is after the crates. We've used both of the crates before. Those are wonderful ships. We used those in Colonia. Now we're using the three ships of the powers for combat and whatnot. And the Diamondback to explore. The Type 9 to mine. Oh, that's pretty. So I guess we don't need weapons. Good. I've got this. This can get up to like 45 light years per jump. But on my Coriolis I pre-engineered, pre-outfitted everything and got it was down to in the 30s, like 30, less than 35. Lightweight bulkheads, good power plants got to be. They don't have the fives here. Thrusters, they don't have sixes here. Frame shift drive, we have a 5A engineer frame shift drive. They have no life support. They have nothing here. We've got 10 light years. I wonder if we could take this anywhere. Maybe if we, well, let's leave. What do they have? Any here? So I don't want to be without any. They have plenty of passenger cabins here, so we'll sell everything just so we can jump around and get the core internal. Every little bit helps. There's limpets in that. Shield can go. We're almost to 12. 12 is a good number. Let's put the docking computer. We only need to get 30 light years because it's 60 light year trip that mission we're stacking in. 2 jumps is the most you want to do that in. I didn't get a docking computer. Advanced docking computer. So cargo rack. There we go. 1217. Well, actually, we're at 1296 empty. This looks pretty empty to me. So we pretty much needed everything in the core internals. Power plant, 5A power plant. Jesus, man. What a bad place to buy ships. I have to remove fleet carriers. can never depend on those. The closest 5A power plant is 260 light years away. Are you fucking kidding me? Power plants. We've got 5A thrusters, shields, frame shift drives. Power plant right there. It's gonna take an hour. Okay, well, transfer that here. Next is 6A thrusters. I'm not sure I have those. I do not have 6A thrusters. I got 5A engineered thrusters and below. Okay, what about 5A frame shift drive? We've got a couple of those. Yep, three 5A engineered frame shift drives. What do you know? These two are the same. This one's lacking one of the, either it's not upgraded all the way or it's lacking an experimental effect. So we'll take one of the top ones. That'll be a big help, just getting the frame shift drive in the power plant. 6 life support. Let's see. No 6 life support. 5 power distributor. No 5 power distributor. 4 sensors. 4A laser beam, 4A autofield maintenance unit, 4A shield. No 4A sensors. That's it. We didn't get much, but we got some important things. The frame shift drive. So what do we have transporting here? The power plant and the frame shift drive. Power plant and the frame shift drive. Okay. So we need 6A thrusters. Actually, I don't think I had thrusters as a 5A power plant. 6D thrusters is what I have in my course layout. So, because we don't need the thrusters as much as we need to be lighter weight to jump the farther. 6D thrusters. Those are a bit closer. Not the length I want to go in the Orca, 60, 70 light years, but not a problem in the Diamondback. Okay, 60 thrusters. And 60 life support. Let me see about life support. There's not much after life support. 60 life support is searching Cubio, isn't it? It's supposed to be Robigo. 59, so once we get this frame shift drive, I think we'll be in 30s, especially being empty, so getting the rest of this will be no problem. 5A power distributor. I did that was a although because I was planning on putting shield boosters and weapons in this, but if we don't have weapons, we can do with lower level power plants and power distributors. But we gotta have 5s. I mean 5D. So I'll probably just end up coming back later. 5D sensors? Is that what I was looking at? Thought sensors were higher than 5. Those are impossible. 250 light years away too. It's 5 power distributor, not sensors. Sensors are 4. 5D power distributor. 70 light years, not bad. So this is 5A power plants coming. 6D thrusters are... I don't think there's the right slots on our Diamondback to go and retrieve this stuff. No, there's nothing on our, especially not the core internals, but the biggest is 5. So we gotta take this to get, is that what was next out of those thrusters? 60 thrusters, let me see. Surely they'll have something else for us there. 60 thrusters, 70 light years. We need 6 thrusters. We don't have any. Alright. Going to HIP 10792. But I think I'm not going to put weapons on it. I think I might put a heat sink launcher because they said a lot of them are illegal passengers. So we will be getting people coming after us. We'll be getting scanned every time we enter a space station. Like it don't really matter. On $1 million mission, what do we lose? 100,000 because we get scanned. Doesn't see. Are you sure? HIP 10792 is not. That's not 60 light years away. That's 1 jump. That's 3 jumps. Okay, so maybe it is. The flying limo. I didn't make fire groups. If I could jump 12 light years, why are you only plotting 7, man? Come on. That's not gonna work for me. System scan complete. Money. I've got like a bunch of water worlds and terraformable worlds, and we've got some money whenever we dock to get this part. See, I am already... We're already out of the system. There should be a Sirius company, Sirius Corporation. We already got the permit to Sirius. We don't have access to the engineer there though. But it's like 5 light years. I know I got more range than that. 12.24. Come on. What the hell? Why would you do that to me, man? We could have got there sooner than that. We're here. It looks like it. We're not in an Explorer, so Crimson Exchange is the place. So I'm not worried about scanning the system. Get what we need and be gone. Like, so you either get this at the or you get it to 60. You're not gonna get it to 60. So 30 the only important, it's the only way you're going to make a difference. It's either 30 or 60. 60's 1 jump, 30's 2. Anything below 30's more than 2 jumps, and you don't want that. Like an engineered FSD without weapons or utilities, it's like 45. Then you add weapons and utilities, it's down to like 38, 39. If you don't engineer it, you're probably still above 30. If you get, lightweight bulkheads, light 6D thrusters, 6D this, 6D that, and then an A frame shift drive. That's the secret. But I'm gonna have a shield passenger racks too. Those are kind of what have some weight to them. I'm gonna get some heat sink launchers, a shield. So we've still got an hour before our frame shift drive gets here. But I'm gonna end the video and I'll be back when we're ready to take missions. Okay, I'm back. See, the FSD jump range was 42 at the minimum, but that was before I put the passenger cabins and everything. Hard points, nothing. Utility mounts, nothing. Core internals, we got the lightweight bulkheads. This is not supposed to be a 5A engineered power plant. It's supposed to be a 5D, but I had trouble finding them. The thrusters are not supposed to be 5A. They're supposed to be 6D. Frame shift drive, that's the only thing that's correct. The life support, I think this didn't make a difference in the jump rating, so I got the 6A. 5D power distributor, it's the lightest, so it gives you the highest jump range. We don't need any power. We're moving passengers. 4A sensors, I don't think they affected the jump range, so I got the A. Fuel tank, you can't really switch it. There's no point in switching. You could get a lighter fuel tank, because we know we're only going 60 light years, so we only need a fuel tank that gets us there. I don't know how, I haven't calculated how much tonnage of fuel we need precisely, but you could get a smaller fuel tank. But it doesn't matter, because we either need to jump 30 light years, or we need to jump 60 light years, because it's 60 light years away. So anything less than 60 is going to be 2 jumps. Anything less than 30 is going to be more than 2 jumps. So we're at 32. We're good here with the best fuel tank. And that's why we're still good with a lot of these things that are A. They're better and they're heavier. If you go to D, they're not as good, but they're lighter. But anything over 30 is all we need to be. So I got a guide I read said every one of your cabins has to hold 16 people, because the luxurious, the tourist, the highest paying missions usually have a range of passengers per mission. I'm guessing 16 will accommodate all of the varieties. So 6D business class, 5E economy, 5A prismatic shield. This was supposed to be a 4A fuel scoop. They didn't have any. This was supposed to be a 3 cargo rack. They didn't have any. Planetary vehicle hangar, super cruise assist, advanced docking computer, planetary approach suite. And it wanted a heatsink launcher, but they don't have any. But that'll get us where we need to go. To Robigo Mines, running tourists to serious technologies. Most of them will be going there. That's why we came out here, because to be isolated, so we can easily stack missions. And when you get to the Robigo Mines, which is a station in the system Robigo, there's only 3 factions. The factions won't give you any missions, because you got to have a high reputation with them. They want a bunch of donations for that. Yeah, I just thought you should know that. I've already went and maxed out with my reputation with them. Everybody who needs to be maxed out with, so we can go straight to the serious technology passenger missions. Robigo Mines, that's what the guides will tell you. Like, there's a lot of things that you can change or not exactly 100% required to do with the guides. Like they will give you a full detailed build for your ship, but they'll also tell you about the light year range. You either got to have it over 60 or over 30. That was a nice looking ship, whatever that was. Come to have fun, dude. Go. Karate. And crate. He's dangerous. I'm a bad man. A lot of scans today. So I'm headed to robbing on my end. One of the guides I read said start at Hoosiers Resort or something like that, another station in the system. I don't know why, I forgot. 30 light year jump range with as much equipment as we have is something we rarely have. Last time we did that that wasn't the Diamondback Explorer or wasn't, well actually that's it, the Diamondback Explorer. I think that's the only ship we've ever had over 30 light years with, maybe. It's not many, it's less than 5. This is also the best looking of the 3. Between the Dolphin, the Beluga liner, and this.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
These thrusters are bad. It's a lot. I was
Disengage.
flying and floating before I put all the optional internals in. Now she's stiff. She's a whale of a ship. Ha 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 ha.
Ready to engage. 3, 2.
Like the guide said, Super Cruise Assist would be useful for something, but I don't see the need for it. But I got it. Supposedly 100 million an hour. I don't believe that, but we'll find out. You will see. So without doing the Guardian FSD, we'll never get over 60. And the Guardian you get from a tech broker at a space station requires a bunch of different things from Guardian ruins and things like that. We've never even been to a Guardian site. You've never even been to all the systems we get permits for. We haven't gone Thargoid hunting though. Not hunting. We went to explore Thargoid places and we saw some of their loot. And we learned about some of their puzzles. This is our next ship on the list though. So that's good. I wonder what's after it. The Fertile Ants, we've already had the Fertile Ants. After the Fertile Ants is the Mamba. We will get the Mamba. It's a lot like the Fertile Ants, a really poorly equipped bounty hunting type ship, a lot like a police car when you think about it. It's got enough for its weapons and then it's got enough for its tools. It doesn't even really have a strong shield. Doesn't have much room for anything. The highest in the optional internals is a 5. So that should tell you something. But it has like 6 utility slots instead of 4. And then after that, the Python, that's an in-game ship right there. Like that will be your final ship until, I bet you, for most people, that will be your final ship till you get like the Anaconda, the Federal Corvette, or the Cutter, Or till you get a fleet carrier. I would guess you see most players in Python.
Request denied.
Landing pad not large enough.
Request denied.
What the fuck? That's not cool, man. Why would they tell you to? They also said that's why I guess we were supposed to go into Houser's Reach because
Frameshift drive charging.
they said Robigo Mines. They want you to go there in a Python.
3,
A Python has uses large landing pads, don't it? The landing pad was not big enough. Python uses medium landing pads, but Python's not a passenger ship. It's a fighter. I prefer to stay in roll. So Hauser's Reach will work, I'm sure. We're isolated, so every station's probably all the same people going to the same places. I came across this situation once on my own before. It might have been even in Cubio. Everybody wanted to go to the same place. I did a couple missions, but it's like 6 million, 3 to 6 million, and like with one jump, with one destination. It only took like 2 minutes. If it wasn't at Cubio, it was at somewhere isolated. Yeah, see, I'm allied with Sirius Corporation. Rubio Cartel, CDE Corporation, that's it. Those three. I hope this turns out. Like they said, we can get 100 million an hour for going to Sirius Technologies. Sirius Atmospherics, I think that's the name of the place. For the high-paying missions, the tourist missions, it doesn't matter how many's in the party. They will use the whole passenger cabin. So it gives a use to having multiple passenger cabins. Because if you just had the cheapest passenger cabin with 30 people in it and you got 6 missions, each mission had 5 people, there you go, you're getting 20 million for, but I don't know. I suppose it's a lot like real life shuttling tourist guides and things like that. Airport shuttles. How's this reach? How's this reach? Same system, same faction, so hopefully we will stack here just fine. I don't know why they would write a guide and to not tell you to use the passenger ships. The only real benefit is they can have luxury cabins, but we don't have any luxury cabins. I like the sound of that boost. It sounds like a airplane bell when you're ringing for assistance.
Start program Yankee Oscar uniform. We look forward to receiving you at the station, Commander. Please follow docking procedures and enjoy your visit. Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 09er. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
Thank you, darling. There's a scan. Robowitz. Smingles. Pringles. Oliver Smingles. Pringles.
Landing gear deployed.
Passenger lounge. For serious, we should get all the missions. If you look on the right, you see Serious Atmospherics. Kayla Moss seeks sightseeing adventure 1.7 million. The more you do, the higher you'll get. What I heard, because when I first started doing this, I was like, they want me to stack missions that are $1 million each. Are you crazy? I need $5 billion. There's no way. But when I started to do them, they eventually started being like 2 and 3 million. She has 3 people with her, and the person below her is 1.9 million, same place, and she has, well, she has 7, but they're each going to take up the whole card. We can only stack 3 missions. And there's 3 right there, 3 all $1 million missions, though. So here's some for 3.6, 3.6. We need first class passing, first class ones. I'm gonna see if they have any first class. I mean, it's worth it, double our money. One of the guys I read said, do not get first class, I think. Or he said, don't get luxury. That's right. So we can get 6 million per trip. Trip takes 2 minutes. We can do 30 trips, 30 times. We can get 180 million an hour. So if we want at least one first class, they don't have any. All right, whatever. Maybe we'll see about that later. Since we're already maxed out with Sirius, let's try these other people. Here's 3 going to Sirius Atmospherics. One of them's not $1 million though. And the cartel has 4 people. Look at the cartel. It's 4 people going there. We can just level up. Actually, we should only do it with the middle one because they're with the Empire. That's what I'm doing. So we can make 3 million a trip. It's only every 2 minutes. Well, Sirius Atmospherics is like a tourist beacon in Sothis. I've been to Sothis when I was looking for ship parts. So you can see my explorers at Seos. We don't have much time. Well, I guess we don't need it. It's not that complex. Not that entertaining.
Frameshift charge detected.
How many times can we read a tourist beacon before we go mad? Speed is key. Efficiency. I would really prefer to take those first class passengers for 3 million. We wouldn't need all this room because we'd be doubling our money each run.
Frameshift drive charging.
And this station's in an awkward ass place. These rings are gonna be in our way every time.
3, 2, 1, engage.
For speed, I would have preferred not to have to go around the rings for such low prices, you know. And the gravity can slow us down.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll charge it. We'll just max out our reputation with each faction. Then we'll probably just do the one that's with the Alliance so we can work on our rank at the same time. That's cool. They have an Empire thing way out here. Although we need to have the Federation too. They both have one endgame ship each. Turns out we don't need the fuel scoop. But we also don't need to get rid of it because it'll give us 0.7 extra light years, which isn't going to help us at all. A lot of optional things for your customization in this build, in this gig.
Frameshift drive charging.
And they might get mad. Don't like the paying well though.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, I thought, like the way people talk about it and how there's multiple people who wrote guides, you would think it would be like 10 million a trip. You know, at least double-digit millions per trip, not 3 million a trip. Are you crazy? Like, if it was just to make money, it wouldn't be a big deal. But we have a figure.
Incoming mission critical message.
We need $5 billion. South is A5. Why don't they just tell me to go to the beacon? Because I haven't scanned it. This is probably it. Well, we might as well. Okay, it looks already scanned to me. We might as well do it the first time, get it done with. I'm sure you could probably find a lot of places to stack passenger missions. But we'll see. We'll see if this one has truly something special about it. How many planets? 34. You should be halfway done. Here's the money. I mean, here's a lot of them closer together. This one. Is that like 23, 11 more? Fucking asteroids, huh? Hate them buggers. Kinda in a hurry here, mate. Oh, here's the jackpot. Five more. More damn asteroids. At least you can scan one and a whole cluster of them at once.
System scan
There we
complete.
go. We even got a water world here. No scanner on me though. Yes, we were wrong. B1A, A5. Damn fleet carriers with points of interest. Look at all the debris fields. What's the debris field? Salvage. I'm gonna have to go there. Sirius Atmospherics, the tourist beacon. It's close too. 1,500 light seconds. Nice. I don't think I've been to a debris field. I'm gonna have to check that out. What I hate about Super Cruise, it doesn't go full throttle. You can go full throttle till you're 7 seconds away and you'll be fine. Once you get 7 seconds away, you've got to put it where it is now. A little bit lower. You got to keep it at 7 seconds. And this shit's too hard to turn off. Super Cruise. I don't know. What button just said select highest threat? I'll hold X and down. No hostiles in range. We were just 7 seconds away. What happened? Why'd you slow down, man? Get real. How I've been here, and how did I never see any of this? There's so many debris fields. What is a checkpoint? A point of interest called a checkpoint. There's lots of checkpoints too. Wow. Convoy beacon. What's that? Ever seen a convoy beacon? A checkpoint or a debris? I might have been to a debris field. I'm kind of getting flashbacks. There's a lot of debris, but that's good stuff though. If you wanted to stock up on engineering material, you should hit up all these debris fields. These are all close, not only close to the nav beacon, close together. Definitely worth the trip. Oh, we got an Earth like there. I thought this would be out on the outskirts because it was the last thing we scanned. But that ain't the situation. That ain't how it works. I do like the freedom to do other things and not have to pay attention using Super Cruise. I think we've got an Earth like a water world, 2 Earth legs, and yeah, that's it, 2 Earth legs, 3 Earth legs, right? Nope, high metal content. On this road, just 3 Earth legs, 2 Earth legs, 3, 2. On this road, we got this is where we're going, or is it where we're at? It's neither. Why is it highlighted? Two Earth Lakes, a water world. It's the only one I remember scanning was the water world. No terraformable metal content worlds. Here's one. That's 1,000,000 right there. There's big money to scan this map. This system surface map. Big money. 2 Earth Lakes, a water world, and a terraformable high metal content world. It's like $12 million. Look at all the other orcas. 2 of them. Might be more, I can't tell.
Mission objective complete.
Yeah, where's one? Just those 2. There is a ship. There's 3. That orca driver's dangerous. Watch out. He's a killer whale. So they're all happy and ready to go home. I see, I see. Early terraforming tended to use genetically engineered biological processes that would change the atmosphere of a suitable world over many decades to a breathable atmosphere using energy captured from the star via biological processes. This process was both slow and expensive. It was made up of many stages, and only a narrow set of the worlds were suitable. The idea of doing direct chemical conversion on a vast scale was there, but not practical because of the vast power requirements. I see. Now, can we just go home? It looks like we can. Pick up our $5 million. Woohoo! That's what I might put on here is the surface scanner. And on one of these trips, I'll map everything. Because if you map everything while you're doing a passenger mission, that comes out to about $20 million. Too bad you can only map things once. Yeah, the one I found where you could stack missions, they were all going to a place that was just a name too. Like some places will tell you a star system or tourist beacon, and this one just says Sirius Atmospherics. The other one I found had a name similar in script, professional.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, we don't need the Super Cruise Assist. And it's a 1. The Super Cruise Assist goes in a 1 slot, but it's in a 2 slot because we didn't have any 1 slots. But the detailed surface scanner is a 1 and a 2 slot at 2. So I don't like this stopping though. Especially when we're trying to focus on speed here because we have to do this like hundreds of times an hour. I don't want to be stopping that much like that. So it turns out we don't need the heat sink. There will be illegal passengers at some point. Then it'll say like illicit car. I don't know what it says in the bottom right above the sound bar. But if you get scanned, the passenger will get upset, take some money out of your payment, and you get a fine. Plus it adds something to make it less tedious and boring. You know, you have to, like a mini game, drop the heat sink before you get scanned. Or not drop the heat sink, but go into silent running. Then when you get too hot, drop the heat sink. Because in silent running, nobody wants to scan you. You hold circle and press L1. See, I did just fine with. Oh man, the gravity got me. I stopped it in time. I don't know why it didn't count. How's I'm bad. I was trying to say it like the Terminator. How is this gonna get you? Houses has it? Something Hauser. Isn't a Hauser the guy who was working for Skynet, and then at the last second he was like holding the detonation to a bomb, and he was about to die, and he like died a hero and blew himself up? Wasn't that Hauser? I don't recall. Well, we got to enter Super Cruise. See, a lot of good having Super Cruise did me anyway. I was just distracted. Come now. They need a mod, an engineer
Drive charging.
to remove the cooldown in between use. Jeez.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Engage and slow down. Oh, that looked so cool. It really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Especially facing the planet. Wow. Nice shot there.
Start Cougar, Yankee, Oscar, uniform. We prepared a landing pad for your arrival, Commander. Welcome to our station. Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 2-5. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
How's that? Maybe it wasn't even a Terminator. I know it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who said the guy's name, Hauser. Maybe it was Total Recall and Hauser was the main character, Arnold's last name. That's what it was.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm sure of it. Or Hauser was the enemy, the villain that was chasing him throughout his espionage fantasy. That was such a cool movie. Awesome movie.
Touchdown confirmed. Dispatching ground crew.
Get off my shit. Yep. Heathens. I'll take the money and run.
Incoming message.
I'll take the buyout conductors and run. I'll take the conductor polymers and run. Now we should be, I didn't see, we did increase our reputation, but to what end? Not high enough. And 3 more. Look at this one's 2.3. This is 1.7. See, the more you do it, the better it gets. So I'm gonna take all these 3 for sure. Keep me going economy. Put the most expensive one in business. Now this is gonna be a nice one. I might not choose upgrade materials when we get back from this one. So I'm sure like this is all we were gonna do, like literally. Just bear them back, 3 passengers every time. So anything, we can get rid of the fuel scoop. Get rid of this cargo rack. We can get rid of the planetary vehicle hangar. We can get rid of Super Cruise Assist. Look, and that gave us like 0.6 light years. That was not worth it. We will get the detailed surface scanner. So that's all we need right there. For now. And there was no heat sink launchers. That was here, right? Right, yeah, right. Oh, it did have a heat sink launcher. We're not carrying any illegal passengers just yet, though. Don't need any hard points. Dude, heat sink. These can be on its own fire group. Alright, we're good to go. We can sell all the cartographic. Less than a million. Oh, we didn't scan any planets in that system. I was gonna say that wasn't much. But we didn't scan. But we're out of time. This has been your